Row number 1 will be Robbie Rice and Eric Gordon, number 22 and number 21. The second row, Dave Darlin on the inside and Dave Steele alongside. Row number 3, Ryan Newman and Billy Puterbaugh. The fourth row, Chet Phillip and Jason McCord. In row number 5, Jeff Bloom and Brian Gerster. The sixth row, Brian Tyler and Tracy Hines. Brad Armstrong and Bobby Smith occupy row number 7. Scott Hull and George Wilkins are in the 8th row. Row number 9, Mike Blake and Jim Mills. The 10th row, Brett Poole and Gordon Rogers. And in row number 11, Chip Thomas and Ron Kohler. Sprint cars here on Thunder. Robbie Rice setting the pace, coming out of 4. Good, clean start. We are underway. Dave Steele making a move already to the inside of the racetrack. He's battling for second as they go through turn number 2.
Wow,
They are three
abreast
through there. Whoa!
Yeah, 3 abreast coming through there. Eric Gordon got a good run. He got around into the lead, but now then, looks like Steele is going to get by both of them. Steele is so tough on this kind of a racetrack.
Steele leads lap number 1. Gordon is second, followed by Rice, and Darlin in 4th as he tries to get third from Robbie Rice. Good battle there for the 3rd position. On board with Eric Gordon looking back on 3rd place, and we've got a car spun in turn number 1.
Yeah, it looks like
Chip Thomas.
Chip Thomas, probably. Yeah, I think you're right, Derek. I think it is Chip Thomas who's up against the wall. We can't see the number, but that's a new car that they've just built. It's only about the 2nd time they've had this race car out, so obviously he had a problem. Doesn't look like
is to the inside of Rice, and down the front stretch it appears as if Puterbaugh is going to take the spot from Robbie Rice, and now McCord alongside the young Mr. Rice.
Well, Jason McCord, he tried the inside the last time, didn't quite make. Oh, that time Puterbaugh checked up a little bit. Both those cars almost got into him as he checked up a little bit getting into the corner. Wow, now then McCord down to the inside. Looks like he's got a good run on Robbie Rice as he comes off of turn 4. Rice gets a better run off the corner, though, and hangs on.
And back of them, good 3-car battle there. That's Tracy Hines who's trying to move up, but it doesn't appear as if he has things completely to his liking, and we're on board with Brian Tyler in 13th position.
Yeah, and he's back there a few spots behind. You can see a little smoke coming from one of those cars up there. Might even be Hines' cars. Those guys that battle in each other look like they might be smoking the tire a little bit.
Indeed, that's Brad Armstrong down to the left and in front of Brian Tyler. Off the corner they come. That's Chet Phillip in the 62 car, and right beside him is Brian Gerster in the 26. The teammates running wheel to wheel as Hines tries to find a place. Looked inside, looked outside, still can't make a move, and well, those teammates are going at it, aren't they?
They are, aren't they? Brian Gerster and Chet Phillip hang on so far. Just doesn't look like he's getting off the corner quite as well as he'd like to as we move back again with Brian Tyler, and he's back there in about 11th or 12th spot.
Once again, this is the best battle on the racetrack. Again, Chet Phillip, I believe maybe he's got that position this time, as yes, he has. So Chet Phillip takes the position from Robbie Rice.
Those guys, it looks like now Brian Gerster's having a little trouble, and he's holding up some of the guys behind him right now. Tracy Hines down to the inside of Gerster, so going through. Oh, almost got up, almost made a little contact right there. Looks like Hines is still just a little bit loose in that race car. Now then Tyler goes to the inside of Jeff Bloom.
To work that low line out of corner number 2. They continue to be wheel to wheel all the way down the backstretch. Good onboard camera for you here from Brian Tyler's car.
Yeah, Tyler's still trying to make that move. He's running right on the bottom of the racetrack. You can see the yellow line is supposed to mark the inside of the racetrack, but they're running below that. Bill Puterbaugh all over Dave Darlin right there. Just about halfway through this event. We are halfway through this time around. So Puterbaugh now making a real strong move to move into 4th spot.
So Billy Puterbaugh Jr., the son of a former Rookie of the Year at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There is the leader of the race, Dave Steele, and you see the advantage that he has on Ryan Newman. Eric Gordon is 3rd. Then fourth and fifth right here, Darlin and Pewterbaugh.
Yeah, Darlin and Pewterbaugh still battling each other pretty hard back there. It looks like Pewterbaugh fell back just a little bit that time as he got off that corner and got a little bit loose.
On board once again with Brian Tyler, the 1997 Auto Value Super Sprint overall champion and the 1998 Auto Value Super Sprint asphalt titleist with 9 victories last season. That's Bill Tyler, his brother, Brian Tyler. Former champion of this division. He tries once again to get to the inside of Gerster.
He and Gerster have been battling each other pretty hard here for the last 2 or 3 laps. Now then it looks like both of them beginning to catch Robbie Rice just a little bit, as once again he tries that bottom and doesn't make it work.
And he'll go inside once again.
Now then he's got that right rear up almost far enough. He just can't quite get it done. He just can't get, it's so low, it's so flat. This racetrack gets flatter
On the lead lap. And then back in fourth and fifth. There's the fourth place car, though that's a lap car, George Wilkins. And then comes the fourth and fifth place cars of Dave Darlin and Bill Pewterbaugh Jr.
Yeah, Pewterbaugh, once he caught Darlin, Darlin still looks to be very, very loose. But McCord is catching both of these guys back there in 6th spot. So I think that McCord is going to be up there and give battle, a 3-way battle here pretty shortly.
And we have a spin down in turn number 4, it looks like, as the caution flag is indeed out. I think maybe Robbie Rice spun. I'm not sure, but he and Tracy Hines were down in the grass there in turn number 4. Not sure. Pace begins to quicken as the green flag comes out. Here we go for the last 8 laps.
Dave Steele, oh, look at Newman. He gets into the wall going down the front straightaway. I don't think he expected David Steele to pick up the throttle nearly that quick. And when he did, he really pulled away from Ryan Newman there on that start.
Well, he almost got into the fence with the right rear of the car. In any case, it did allow Steele to get a bit of an advantage. Here's 7 laps to go now.
Dave Darlin looks very loose back there in that 4th spot. Right now, McCord and Pewterbaugh all over him, but looks like David Steele's having no problem pulling away from everybody.
Back there for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
There's the battle. 4th, 5th, and 6th. Pewterbaugh and McCord. McCord seems to be faster than both of those guys, as he's caught them very quickly before that yellow flag. And now then doesn't seem to be able to do anything to get around him. He just kind of followed him there, but he is running a different line, trying it a little bit.
Pewterbaugh a little loose there in the corner. Almost opened the door for McCord, but Billy held off the challenge. There are 5 laps to go, and a reminder coming up at the top of the hour in just about 5 minutes from now. The latest from the world of sports with Sports Center here on the Deuce.
Well, Pewterbaugh is really getting through the middle of the corner very, very well, but just doesn't seem to be able to find any place on the racetrack that he's enough faster to make any kind of a move on Dave Darlin. Of course, Darlin's running a pretty nice race, running a pretty nice groove, and holding them back.
There is Darlin, the current points leader in this series. Pewterbaugh right behind him. Here is Steele, who has won in a USAC Western States midget competition and in silver bullet competition in 1999. In 5 USAC sprint car starts this year, he has won 3 times, looking for number 4. Again, we go back to this battle for 4th, 5th, and in 6th, and not too far behind there in 7th position is Chet Phillip.
I'm amazed that Darlin is able to hang on. That car looks very, very loose to me.
Next time around, Dave Steele will be looking at the white flag. 1 more lap to go. He has got about a 7 or 8 car length advantage on Ryan Newman. There's Steele taking the white flag. 1 more lap to go. There is 2nd place Newman, 3rd place Gordon, then 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. That is the best battle on the racetrack right now as Chet Phillip moves to the inside of Jason McCord.
Tries to pick up that spot, cannot do it, and David Steele is going to come home with an easy victory, it seems.
Dave Steele takes the checkered flag and wins again here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Let's see